Blend and read. 1. Bear, bird, fairly, perches, pear, bursting. 2. Curb, barely, burst, careful, hair, herded. 3. Port, start, forget, parking, organ, garden. 4. Low, float, slowly, grown, roasted, boastful. 5. Spare, aware, flare, glaring, rarely, staring. 6. Tie logs together to make a sturdy raft. 7. An expert can take you river rafting. 8. Take a first aid kit, but try not to get hurt. My Rafting Trip by Min Lee, illustrated by Jeff Ebeler. Yay! Jade sent me a letter, I cried. I smiled and quickly began to read the paper in my hand. Dad, it says Jade, her mom, and her dad are staying in a cabin next week, I said. She asks if we can come and stay with them. I know, Dad said with a grin. I spoke to her father the other day. I can hardly wait for that fresh mountain air. I read the rest of the letter. The cabin is so remote, Jade wrote. We spotted a big furry bear far off one day. Yikes, I thought. I had better not see bears. That might scare me. But that was just one time, Jade added. Bears are rare in this state. I felt a bit better after reading that. Dad, Mom, and I have planned a bunch of fun things, Jade wrote. We will go hiking up a mountain. At the top, you can see for miles and miles. It is a pretty spot for picnics. At night, we can lie under the night sky and stare up at the stars. But the best thing we have planned is a rafting trip. An expert named Mac will take us down the river in a big raft. My father and I drove to the cabin a week later. That first day, we hiked and swam. I slept like a log that night. The next day, we went rafting. Mac gave us life vests to wear and shared helpful safety tips. Then I stepped in the raft. Be careful, Mac said, but the raft lurched and I fell in it. Jade and I laughed. The river did not run that fast. For the first mile or so, I barely got wet. Then we hit a small spot of rapids, and the raft picked up speed. Water soaked us. My hair was dripping, but I did not care. It felt great. The river turned, and then it got fairly slow, but we did not have much time to relax. We quickly came to more rapids. We had a blast. After the rafting trip, we returned to the cabin. We can make a fire, Jade said. We set up chairs while her dad twisted up sheets of paper and placed them in the fire pit. These will help the fire get started, he said. When a big fire was blazing, we roasted hot dogs over it and sang campfire songs. It felt so nice to be warm and dry. It was just great to be together. Idea web. Reread both texts. Make an idea web to share what you learned about rafts. 1. Write the word rafts in the big circle. 2. Write details about rafts in the small ovals. 3. Use your web to talk about rafts with a partner or in a group.
Okay.